So we're here in Atlanta, and this is Alex, and Alex has agreed to be my voice model. When we bumped into each other a couple of months ago, actually it was last year too, I thought to myself, now this is a guy with a perfect voice.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm happy that you are allowing me to capture that on video and to post that on my YouTube channel. So tell us a little bit about your transition, some things you would like us to know about you as a man now.
Oh, goodness. I think the biggest piece of my transition was just how blessed I was in surrounding my community with a lot of friends and family and just people who were going to be very supportive. And I was doing it subconsciously before I had made my decision to transition, and then as I was transitioning I realized, you know, wow, this is great. It's just made my transition so much easier because I was surrounded by people who were very supportive and told me how courageous I was, and you know, anything that they could do to help me throughout my transition. So I would say that anyone who's getting ready to transition, think about who your friends and family, or who can you call on, who are going to be your support team, you know, your kind of the group that you can count on. And when you're feeling low or confused or scared, you know, it'll make a world of difference throughout the transition.
Was there a moment inside yourself where there was that, like that moment of clarity that's like, whoa, something's not right with me in some way or another, and you happened upon the gender issue?
Sure.
How did that come about?
Yeah. You know, as so many people who transition will probably tell you, and you've probably heard so many stories, you know all your life. You know, for me, I always knew I was a man in a woman's body. I guess I was blessed or cursed, I'm not sure which, that I had a father that was a psychiatrist. So he knew long before I did, you know. And they were, it was challenging for them in my youth, but later as I grew up, they were very supportive, but I was living a gay lifestyle or a lesbian lifestyle. And I had decided early on, you know, I don't know if I can go through that. It seemed like a huge mountain to climb. I really didn't know if it was something that I could achieve, you know, all the surgeries, or, you know, just the years or time that it would take, and coming out and being courageous. And the other piece too, I was very respectful of the fact, you know, I'd been born female, and I wanted to honor that. Not that I believe necessarily like you can't change fate, but that was how I was born. And you know, with my spiritual beliefs, I wanted to say, okay, what am I supposed to learn in this lifetime as female? Let me take advantage of this lifetime and gain what I can through that understanding. And I knew when I'm 54 now, when I was turning 50, it was suddenly that moment where I'm done as female, and I'm really ready to embrace what I've always, you know, the male body that I've always wanted. And I made my decision very quickly as soon as I had that moment. Do you think the mannerisms
in the voice that we see today are an evolution in the last 4 years, or have they been coming through and now, boom, here's the dress rehearsal is over, this is me now, Alex?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, I always saw this me in my head, but I don't think I was living through. I think that my mannerisms are different. I know that just I feel different, and so I must come across differently with people. And in my relationships, it must be different. It must have, the whole chemical balance is different, and I know that that comes out in things that I say and do and feel. Even though I feel like I'm the same person, but yet I sense the masculinity. Certainly when I was going through the transition, you really feel what's this new feeling of you can feel it. You can feel the chemical at work. There's no doubt about it. But I would say that what you're seeing today is really just, you know, the last 4 years of, I mean, I really went through like a new puberty, you know, and being a guy at 18 and being a guy at 21, and you're doing it very quickly, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're this adult male, and I don't even know if I'm up to my age 54, you know, so, but I'm on the way, so.
How do people treat you? How do you handle kind of male privilege now, or if that's a good or bad thing for you?
I haven't experienced that. As a female, I always felt empowered anyway. You know, it's like, who are you to tell me that I don't have rights or whatever? So it would always surprise me when I would sense like, you know, are you not treating me equally, or I'm sensing, you know, but I just went ahead and did what I, you know, whether I was living in my own ignorance or whether I was really just, you know, conscious to the moment. It's like, no, this is how it's going to be. And I'm sure if you talk to anybody who's known me all my life, you would have that, you know, that Alex, you know, or that Susan at the time. You know, so I probably experienced something differently because I didn't accept what society had to say about how I should or shouldn't be, or
so you had an internal sense of yourself or confidence about how you could be in the world.
True.
Long ago.
Long ago. I just had that sense of empowerment, which I think is so important for these guys. Not to feel the victim of something, not to feel less empowered or less than. You know, it's not just a physical transition that one is about to go through. They're really making an all-encompassing, you know, heart, mind, body, and soul transition, and it's a great time to self-evaluate, feel empowered, and move forward to who is that person inside of you that you might be holding back because you haven't felt comfortable in your own skin. So.